guys, it's Dr. Sammy Pryor, and today we're continuing in the Microbiome Series, and today we're going to talk about attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It is a very common psychiatric condition, and it affects many people, and yeah, it's worthy to seek natural treatments because the nightly news last week covered a story and said Adderall is a shortage, right? And Adderall has some negative side effects anyway, so exploring the natural treatments is a worthy cause. So we're going to talk about the microbiome because yes, it's linked to ADHD. Okay, so the first study, and guys, this is a precision type medicine. It's new. It is very new. They have been doing all this research. This first study I'm going to be telling you about was done in 2022. So when I say this stuff is new, I mean it is new. Okay, so the first study, they were regarding the relative abundance of gut microbiota. The genus Blautia was significantly elevated in ADHD patients compared with controls. Okay, so what I gather from this study, there's not a problem with Blautia. Blautia is a very healthy bacteria, but it's elevated. So that means other things are missing, and really having a diverse microbiome, super healthy for you. So I think that's why that's a problem. You know, too much of one thing means too little of other things. Okay, so don't demonize the Blautia. Blautia is a super important, healthy bug in your gut. Okay, this study was an interesting study. They took human fecal samples of people that had ADHD, and they grouped them according to their phenotypical presentation. So what they group them in, ones that had what you call inattentive ADHD, ones that had the hyperactivity and impulsive ADHD, and ones that have the combined, so elements of both of those ADHD. And they gave these fecal samples to rats that had low abundance of bacteria, were fairly sterile, and they gave these fecal samples to the rats. Okay, and what they found was that the patients with the combined ADHD and the inattentive ADHD had a different gut microbiota composition compared with the healthy controls. And in particular, the abundance of Bacteroides ovatus was depleted in patients with the combined ADHD and the inattentive ADHD. And so they wanted to see what giving this as a supplement back to these rats would do. So in turn, the Bacteroides ovatus supplementation ameliorated spatial working memory deficits and reverse theta electroencephalogram rhythm alterations in ADHD rats. So made these things better. Okay. In addition, the Bacteroides ovatus induced enhanced neuronal activation in the hippocampal CA1 subregion. So that means the memory centers. You had activation in the memory centers to help with your working memory. Okay? These findings indicate that the gut microbial characteristics are unique to patients with combined ADHD and inattentive ADHD, and this could be masked if just looking at all the ADHD diagnosed people, right? Because there's different presentations, so they're finding different microbiome alterations. Okay, but it does show in this that these people that are combined and inattentive have a low abundance of this Bacteroides ovatus. Okay, so moving on, we're going to talk about another study. So this was a study, a meta-analysis, so they took a bunch of studies and they studied the results in a group. okay? And one study they found was an increase in prosocial behavior in children with autism spectrum disorder and an increase in the Lactobacillus family following a prebiotic supplementation. Okay, so prosocial is a good thing. That's like looking at you when you're talking, responding when you're talking to them, prosocial. And the Lactobacillus family is a good thing because these contain anaerobic spore formers that make your short-chain fatty acids. Short-chain fatty acids are needed to feed the cells of the colon and the intestine. They're called enterocytes. They are happy when they get these short-chain fatty acids. Higher short-chain fatty acids have been linked to like lower colon cancers. Yeah, just keep the gut happy. It's their food source, okay? And another study suggested that prebiotic supplementation increased bifidobacterial populations in autism spectrum disorder and healthy controls, okay? I know we're talking about attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, but you'll hear, keep listening. So, a study evaluating infant supplementation of prebiotics showed both a decreased likelihood of developing attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or autism spectrum disorder and a decreased gut bifidobacterium. Okay, so that was a lot to unpack. So let's summarize, okay? First, there was a higher Blautia. So that probably means there's lower of other types, and these include the bifidobacteria. So this last study we talked about, if you gave a prebiotic supplementation, it increased the bifidobacterial populations, so making that more diverse, right? So there's that. And then they did find that the combined ADHD and the inattentive ADHD had this lower abundance of this bacteria called Bacteroides ovatus. Okay, so testing, and I'll show you testing, okay? I'll show you my results and I'll show you how to test for it, okay? It's going to be with this link that is down here, okay? Okay, go to the link, purchase a kit. You're going to type in the activation code at the website and register for an account. You'll do the stool and the stool sample, you'll send it in, and after the time slot, they'll have those results ready. So you sign in and you will see the gut health. You'll land on this page, click on the gut health, and it'll send you to this page. It'll give you an overall score. As you see, my score's good. I'll talk about that one day. Then you'll click the bacteria levels, and it'll send you to this page. And then when you go to this page, you'll see a button that says download the CSV. Download that CSV. It'll send you to it'll put it in your downloads. You click on that and open the Excel spreadsheet, and you'll hit Control Find, and then you'll plug in Bacteroides ovatus and hit Enter, and then it'll highlight the Bacteroides ovatus and you can see your level. Okay, and that's how you test for it. And back to the video. So, as we saw how to help these things, prebiotics, I have a video about prebiotics, go check that out, but there's also supplements. So this little supplement here, Fiber Advance, gummies for kids. Kids love gummies. This is for age 2 to 11, but yeah, I could eat these, no big problem. Yeah, so these, when you give them 2 gummies, they get 3 grams of soluble fiber, and you'll learn more about what that means in the prebiotics. You can always make smoothies. Smoothies have a lot of fiber if you add a lot of fruits and vegetables. And for infants, I found this Gyros Formula's prebiotic inulin FOS. And FOS stands for fructooligosaccharides. This is a type of sugar found in fruits and vegetables, and it doesn't get fermented until it reaches the colon, and it can feed the good bacteria in the colon, so perfect. And for an infant, you're going to use just a little less than a third of the scoop because we want just 1 gram, and you can mix that in mashed food, you can mix that in formula for the baby, increase the fiber. You want to introduce this like around 8 months to a year, and you can use this up to 2 or older. It can be used all the way up to adult or in adults. And for adults, just get your fiber in. There's so many different types of supplements if you are not eating your 10 servings of fruits and vegetables and beans and nuts and seeds and all these good things for you. I do this. It's called Spectra Purples, and it has in it 2 grams of fiber. I get a lot of other fiber too. I eat a lot of beans. If you didn't know about me, I love beans. But that's all this video is about. You like it, once again, get that kit, check that bacteria. Eat what is recommended, the prebiotics, and recheck it in 6 months, and the levels should go up if you're eating a very good prebiotic diet and taking supplements, okay? And this stool kit is very easy to get and send in. You'll get the results. And yeah, love you guys, but that's all this video is about. Yeah, love you guys. Bye. Keep on with this series. We're going to learn a lot more. Okay, bye.